instant skills the moment they're off cooldown.
That's kind of cool.
We've removed the capacity to bind any instant skill to left click as a result.
What'd he say? Wait, what?
We've removed the capacity to bind any instant skill to left click.
The capacity? Wait, so you just can't do it anymore? Why? Yo, what up? And in the middle of editing a video, I seen a new teaser pop up and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's see what this is. And by the end of it, I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. And the more you think about it, the more I think Triple G might have fucked this one up. We were so close to having some good teasers, but unfortunately, I think this is one nobody asked to be fixed. So they're gonna add 2 new skill gems, automation and call to arms. And if you read them real quick, basically what it says is that, hey, you can attach Enduring Cry, right? Hey, if you play the mine build, right, you have detonate mines, you can link that to one of them. You can put your molten shell on there. You just think about any left click button that you could put on there, right? Convocation, things like that. Well, they removed the ability to put Convocation, Molten Shell, Enduring Cry, any of those on your left click now. That's gone. So now if you want to do the same thing we just did, putting Enduring Cry, you know, on your left click or whatever, now you have to lose a socket. Also, this has a cooldown attached to it that increases the cooldown more, and it has a more mana multiplier. So if you were running, you know, like a 7 mana build and you had everything with minus mana and stuff like that, or life tap, it costs you even more sockets now. And so now we have a solution to a problem nobody was really complaining about, and everybody just loses a socket, I guess. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna call it right now, right this moment. It's been 20 minutes since this trailer dropped. 100% they are either removing the cooldown or they're making it cost like no mana. I guarantee one of these things is happening, because nobody asked for this, and this is just gonna make me have to add another third-party program macro into my system, because you can subvert this. If you guys didn't already know this, in the past we didn't have left click to do Enduring Cry and things like that, so we had a way around it. We would use macros, or you would use your keyboard. You would set the macro up, it would set up in a string of keys, you press numlock and it would turn it on, and then we would do this, right? So in the back in the day, Sunder and things like that were heavy skills that you had to use the numlock trick because you had to attack in place, right? Because it's like a ranged melee skill. Then you could, you know, add Enduring Cry to it, and it's literally what you're thinking. It's literally the left click we have right now, or at least we had until they just removed it. So now if we want to save a socket, I mean, just think about the logic, right? Do I want to have all my skills automated with more mana cost, a longer cooldown, but I don't have to put anything on left click anymore? Or would people go use auto hotkey, save that one socket on their build, and subvert that whole problem by itself? I mean, think about it. Minion players, they need every socket they can get. Miner characters, mines need a lot of sockets, and also now, instead of being able to put mines on left click, you can't do that now, because now it's going to have a longer cooldown. So you can't even just like throw mines and just left click and move through the map. You have to you either have to manually detonate them now, or you're gonna have to wait 2.5 seconds for them to detonate, and that's terrible. Warcry builds, it's like on one hand these add the ability to have your Warcries, you know, go off and simultaneously and stuff, but at the same time it adds an even longer cooldown, and it's definitely not. I mean, the numbers just don't look like they're enough for you to be able to cycle Warcries at all, really. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had a feeling I knew what this was gonna be, and yeah, I went to go check the Reddit and check various sites real quick, and yeah, everybody's upset about it. And it's one of those things where I'm like, maybe I'm overthinking it, right? Like maybe there's a reason this is happening, you know, maybe somebody knows some bug, and I've sorted through the info real quick, and no, nobody has anything. And I mean, the Reddit thread's about to pop the fuck off with a lot of comments and a lot of downvotes. So unfortunately, it looks like we couldn't go a week without one teaser pissing a lot of people off. We've had minor dramas so far, a little bit of controversies. This one, I don't think anybody asked for. I didn't ask for it. I think this is a situation where they're thinking about PoE 2 so much that they kind of strayed too close to the sun here, and they just forgot that PoE 1 has sockets on gear, and a lot of builds need the left click. I mean, hell, if anything, if we could have 2 buttons on left click, that would be the solution, right? There's almost no build in the game that doesn't want a skill on left click, whether it's Blood Rage, Enduring Cry, Molten Shell, Convocation, Flesh Offering. And I imagine you guys probably have a ton too that you're thinking right now, like, what the fuck, this is weird. So in a league of quality of life, I gotta be honest, this doesn't seem very quality of life. I definitely definitely think they're not going to go through with this change. Obviously the backlash is going to be pretty large, but more importantly, obviously it's not like, don't shit on the devs, right? Don't shit on the devs or whatever. I think they're focusing on PoE 2 a lot here, but this is definitely one where they're going to revert it, but it's not a good look. It gives you an insight into what they're thinking right now, what they're focusing on, and this is definitely like they just missed the mark here. This is devs unfortunately be kind of out of touch with how people play the game right now, and they're like, this is a solution, great, and we're sitting here like, we lose so much because of this. Wait, and you removed our ability to do. Okay, I'm done ranting. I've already said everything I need to say. What I will say though is I do think there's probably, like, if you're playing on a controller, because I totally see the comments, right? I see some of you guys say, hey, I play on controller, can you help me with this build? Or hey, I'm playing on PC but I'm still using a controller, or all these things. Maybe you guys are like, yo, this is awesome. And honestly, this is a good thing for you. If you do play on a controller, you couldn't left click anyway, right? So hey, shout out to the controller players. This is a good thing for you. Now, I don't want it to be all doom and gloom. We can still get some knowledge. We can still take some info from what they're aiming at and go, hey, when they fix this, this will be good for controller players. This is good for console players. This is good for, all these people. As a PC player though, who's, played the game primarily, and realistically, saying the truth here, most people play PoE on a PC of some sort, right? So for us and the majority of players, this is definitely kind of like we have a thing, you guys made it to fix a problem, and it's like it's almost like they forgot why they put this in the game in the first place. At the core, it's always like, well, if players can gain a socket and get stronger for just adding, one auto hotkey setup, then they're going to do that, right? And I guess I'll throw you guys out there. It's auto hotkey. I would go on Reddit. There's old YouTube videos called the numlock trick. So if you're wondering how this works, or hey, if they go through with this change and they decide to, double down, then it's the auto hotkey and the numlock trick. Just look up on YouTube. You'll find the answer to those. But on one side, console players, you'll get something. On the downside, I don't see how they ever go through with this at this point, and people are gonna get really loud, and I'm a part of them. 100% hands up. Hey, yo, hand up, that's me. I'm not happy about this. I don't really like, I like convocation on my left click and stuff like that. So, enough for me. Tell me how you guys feel about it. Maybe I missed something. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe somebody out here has done the math and they know exactly why this is probably a good change as is before they maybe change it. But right now, I can't see it. So let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna go back to editing my other video, and I'll catch you guys later.